It's me and you and the internet, guys. Oh man. So what do you got here?
Alright. Alright, well, we got you some help here.
Nope.
Do you want to know?
Oh, we got Nat Mose up in this house.
What's up, guys?
Yep.
And girls.
I don't know how to
That's right, I got you.
switch those.
So it looks like they're still shuffling.
Nat Mose is shuffling while being here. It's very like
Crazy.
Can you type?
Is it?
There's Brian Fisher on the left.
Brian Fisher.
I think so. He's
just write fish sticks, man.
left side is quite a bit
Fish sticks and
skinnier looking.
GWS. No, dude. Just fish sticks. Yeah. S! Come on, you're killing me, man.
Is that his name?
It is now.
That's
Brian Fish.
terrible. I mean, it's great.
Don't hate Jimmy. Come on. You're on meme deck. Don't man.
So Brian Fisher, Ben Perry, both looking for their first Team
Yeah.
Series Invitational victory.
Yeah. So both of these guys have knocked out previous Team Series Invitational victors.
Yes, and
That's
Ben being
in the top four,
Rose,
right?
And Jake Hilty trying to actually repeat as he won
Right.
the last one.
Yeah,
Deep run today.
And Ben Perry took revenge on me.
Yeah.
Like we played against each other. And,
And the second one,
He got me
beat him
back.
in the finals
That's
very
right.
badly. Right.
Oh, it was bad. It was ugly. Go back
Yeah,
and watch
Jason
that one. I'll put the
Ultimate
link up.
It was
Another thing
embarrassing. And Ben
It was
got
not.
revenge
It
here.
wasn't embarrassing. It was just.
I was
It
embarrassed.
was decisive.
Yes. All right, we'll
For
say
sure.
that.
Another thing too is like fish sticks and Mr. Perry have been playing vintage for what, like
Ever.
Yeah. So
8+ years? More? I mean,
Oh,
more than that.
You-
at least 10 or
I
12
just-
years.
You may know Ben Perry from his blog, the MTG Underground.
Yeah.
I would
Which is
definitely check that out. Great
unbelievable.
writing all the time. I'm consistently envious of his writing.
Yeah. That son of a bitch, he's too good.
It's too good. He's
Too
Lodestone
good.
Golem good.
Yeah. His writing should be restricted.
So maybe a
All right,
decade
so-
ago, these guys were both very, very good. I'm not like I say a decade. It sounds like a joke. I'm
Yeah.
serious.
Like, and don't knock it.
They were
Like, they're
both
still very
dominant.
good. Like
Oh,
Ben,
yes.
Ben has been winning with 2-card Monty. The deck he's been
Yeah.
playing today.
That's right. Don't worry, folks out there in the mainstream. Jimmy McCarthy, he's just a hater.
And
No, I'm not
He's
hating.
drugs
These are both-
everybody.
These guys are both very good players,
Yes.
and literally a decade ago, these two were like some of the best players in the country. Like Fisher won the
Right.
Star City games with a Sundering Titan Gilded Lotus deck. If that tells you how good he is, that he could win with a deck like that.
Yeah.
Like you had to be real good to beat people with that deck.
So, I mean, you can listen to us fools, but like, McCarthy here is giving you a history lesson.
these guys know what they're doing. They
Yeah.
both disappeared for
Yeah.
years. Like there's a large period where there are no results from Fisher for 6 years, where
Yeah.
he just did
I will say one thing about vintage though is like no one really goes away.
No, you never quit.
You know, it's like a Godfather 3. Like
Yeah.
just when you
You're
think you're
on
out, it
hiatus.
pulls you back in. You know, Fisher hasn't like put up numbers since like what 2008, 7,
I mean,
6,
I would suggest
and he's
that.
sitting here.
So Fisher's played this. He played in the last Team Series Invitational.
Crushed me then too. He
he
crushed
did.
me on stream
Yeah.
here, and he crushed me there.
He is a hater.
The guy's good.
He played the last one at Dwayne
what?
Collix's house, Dwayne Haddock's house.
Oh, what is that? A defense grid?
That is a defense.
Oh,
Matt's got to
shoot.
read that. Or,
Get-
Matt's got to read that.
Get wrecked.
Ryan
Like, wait,
Fisher looks.
This card wasn't even printed when I
Alright,
last played
yeah.
Magic. What is
Okay,
this?
so there's a 2 casting cost artifact.
Right now,
All
Brian's
spells
like,
cost, what, 3
wait, but like all my spells? Yeah. So
to counter. Oh, good.
I mean,
grief.
to be fair, I think Ben has that in his deck. Oh, Brian's reading it, right.
yeah, Brian is reading.
I'm
that.
sorry.
And I imagine there's
I've been drinking a lot.
This would not be nearly as good in Brian's deck with his Force of Wills. It doesn't combo very well. So defense grid, if you're not familiar, is whenever a player, if a player would play a spell on an opponent's turn, they must pay 3 extra to cast it. So it affects
Fisher-
both players evenly, but
Fisher does have force though.
he does, and he sort of has to
He's
use
got to
it.
shut
Right?
it down.
He's priced into Force because he will never cast it again. Essentially,
Are you rooting for your GWS team?
I am somewhere
Can you
in
tell us-
Atlanta. Eric Becker is smiling.
Can you tell us what GWS stands for?
Becker is smiling.
No,
Wow.
you have to win a
Look
big
at,
tournament.
look at this Ben Perry turn. He
Oh my
Archery,
gosh.
Talarian Academy, tap for 4, Helm of Beans. That was a 6-mana turn 1 from Ben Perry. He still has a card in hand.
Good grief.
This is a nice seed. But the problem
This is vintage magic at its finest.
as a Black
Like,
Lotus.
look at it.
You like that
Black
beautiful
Lotus?
Black Lotus proxy? Who drew that?
What the-
Tab? Do you know who drew that?
Was that Jimmy McCarthy?
It was, in fact, me. I'm going to call it out every time he plays it. That's an ancestral
Oh, good
recall.
grief.
That was pretty light. It looks better in person, I promise. It doesn't.
This is why we play vintage.
Got
To see
the
these
preordained?
broken turns.
Yeah, we got.
Preordained? Like,
This is
come
an
on, look at
exciting
it.
vintage turn, Twan.
No, this is.
This
This
game
is what
is-
vintage is about. Moxing, big plays, you know.
Ben Perry helping out with the mana die
Yeah.
there in case Fisher gets confused. Maybe a sign of disrespect here that he thinks Fisher can't remember his mana.
Or count.
Not really sure yet. Or count.
Stop. Don't you say that.
Thinks Fisher is such an
If
old
there's
man.
if there's one person that cannot count, that's me. So
So there's an Oath
Oh,
of Druids
so we got an
with the Forbidden Orchard with 2 tokens apparently because they can't decide. This is like not a great spot for Ben, right? Because he's got Helm, which is great, except for that Leyline costs double plaque. He doesn't have any swamps in play. So unless he's got Urborg, Leyline, activate.
but you have to understand
he's
though,
gonna
it's
get
like
Oath.
this is why people play vintage.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at there was 2 unbelievably busted turns.
Yeah,
just
this
right
is-
now.
This is 6 mana on the first turn versus
Yeah.
Lotus, draw 5 cards, cast Oath of Druids with a creature in play. This is what it's about, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you.
It's about broken spells. Uh-oh.
Ben Perry's
What has he
tapping a lot of mana. Oh man,
He helms.
we're
He's
going.
going to help. He's going to try and get him. He's going to try
Home
and
for 5.
pluck one of those creatures right
Which
off the top.
is-
He's
He's looking
looking
for Emrakul. He's
Is
looking
it-
for
no.
Emrakul.
You got to get Emrakul. You got to get Grizzlebrand.
Yeah.
Grizzlebrand would be sweet.
Grizzlebrand would be amazing.
Which is a valid strategy. I've done it myself.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, he misses.
Oh,
No,
Sorry.
he's still going.
He's got
He's
some
got a
time.
bunch.
He's got some time.
That seems like too many. I count 6 mana.
Yeah, it didn't, that's what he
Oh,
did.
it's X+1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
yes.
no,
unfortunately.
it's just
Six.
6.
Oh, it was just 6.
Yeah.
Look like one more.
He did 6 cards.
Okay. So unfortunately, Brian Fisher
Brian,
gets
Brian
to
is
keep going until
actually
he finds
going
one.
to actually oath
Yeah.
here.
He doesn't stop
Yeah,
at 6.
he
He
gets
keeps
that.
going until a dude comes in. And oh, what a dude it is.
It was Emrakul.
So, from Ben's side, that's probably the less scary dude. Because Ben can untap and maybe draw Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, this actually gives him a turn,
Yeah.
and Brian's not going to be able to draw any extra
Yeah.
cards off
Exactly.
of Grizzlebrand.
It's not actually awful.
He can
But
untap
like,
when he's-
I think I saw in Brian's hand was a force,
Oh,
he
yeah.
does
He does
a
have a force,
misstep,
It's,
show and tell.
it's looking
Burning
real bad
Wish.
for Ben. But this
It's
is the
looking
better creature
awful
for
for
him.
Ben.
right?
So
Yeah, so what Ben needs here is going to be an Urborg and a Leyline in hand.
Yeah, but with the Force Will, I don't think he can really beat
Yeah,
that.
it's going to be tough. Okay, so he has to have Urborg, Leyline in hand, plus Red
Color
Elemental Blast.
Blast or
Yeah.
red?
He does have the Mox Emerald there. So,
Who knows?
although if Brian also has Mental Misstep and Force and a blue card, we're in trouble.
Burning Wish. So the Burning Wish, what is... Does
He-
this get anything
He
relevant
could
here?
get a blue card just to pitch the Force.
He might do that, yeah. That would make sense, just turn it into
I
a
don't
pitch
think
card.
otherwise it gets a relevant card, but he could get a good card.
Brian
I mean,
Fisher.
he could get Yogwill to threaten, but like that's kind of irrelevant because he's just gonna exile. He's gonna make Ben sacrifice his entire board.
Yeah, so he got
well,
Yogwill.
he got well.
Yeah, so he got Will like in case of I don't know what.
The only way that's relevant is if he has Black Lotus in hand, which I don't.
Yeah.
believe
He already played Black Ops in turn 1.
Oh, did he? Well, there you go.
So he has no access to Lotus. He has blue cards already though. So Ben, I feel like Ben's best draw is like Ancestral, Red Blast your counter into like Wheel of Fortune or something to like
I don't know.
play a lot of combos. Ben
Yeah, I
needs
mean,
he
a
does
lot
have
of
outs.
things.
Yeah,
He does have
needs a lot.
outs.
Like I said,
Yeah.
it's he's got to get Leyline into play here, or he has to get both Painter and Grindstone.
Yeah, or like find a time walk to buy himself more time. He's
Yeah.
in a bad spot.
I don't know if his list would be playing Time Walk. It's not a.
That's a good call.
What?
Doesn't- Not very good on like your turn 1.
Yeah, it's
kills,
not great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably okay, but
This is.
it's definitely a card I can see.
Wait, what do we got
So
here?
Diana's
What
gotta
do we
be a
got here?
painter, right?
He's got Painter.
All right, we got Painter.
It's something. So I mean, he does have 5 mana. So if this resolves, he could go Grindstone, activate, Red Blast your Force.
Right. Well,
But Fisher
yeah.
is probably not going to fall for that. Oh, and he's got the metal misstep too.
well, he's got Force in hand. Like he could try and play the Force here.
Yeah. So if he forces here and Ben has Grindstone, Ben would get there. So
Voice.
that guy resolves.
No, that's it.
Let's
Okay.
see it.
I think
Let's see
he's
it.
I think
Is
he's
this
gonna go for it.
Grindstone?
Like I think he's probably got it. I mean, he probably has the card. It's just whether he
Mm.
also has the counter. Oh
Looks
no,
like
he's
he's
gonna
hoping to
use
tell
that
the
home
So he
turn.
homes.
So I guess he's hoping to Grizzlebrand either draw or like.
Oh! Grizzlebrand off the top.
So now he's
Great
got-
googly moogly. This is why we play vintage.
So he can just take the hit from Emrakul,
Woo.
sack 6 permanents,
Mama.
and then untap into Gristlebrand.
With Grizzlebrand, right?
Gristlebrand and Painter in play, and just try and get there.
Yeah.
I would love to have
Oh, he
seen
just goes
Brian
7
Fisher.
cards right
he's
away.
gonna start drawing
He's
cards.
going big.
That's pretty good.
He's got mana in his deck
Mhm.
still.
He does. And he's got, I mean,
Mana
he's got all the
Pit,
boxes.
All ring, boxes. He has a land drop still. He hasn't played a land drop, so like he's got like
And-
Workshop and Ancient Tomb.
The other interesting thing is that I think Brian is only playing 2 Oath targets. He won't want to
Yeah, I
Oath.
think that's probably his own. That's
Right.
I've only seen 1 of each, and it'd be surprising if he had 2 of either of these
Yeah,
creatures.
I was talking to him about his deck. I don't think he has more than 2 Oath targets. I think he's out of the targets right now.
So Brian's pretty much he's on
Pretty
Emrakul
sure
attack
that's true.
pass. This is an interesting game, man.
This quickly turned around.
Yeah, that Gristlebrand on top vastly changes game. Ben is a combo player. He's drawn another 7.
This is
I
what
like this. This aggressiveness
this-
is exactly
yes.
is exactly vintage.
this is
how
what
you do
vintage
that
is
market.
all about.
Right.
You know, you think you're in the driver's seat, and then pow!
I mean, suddenly your opponent's drawn 15
Son of a
cards
gun.
this turn.
I'm in the back of a
This
full
is
swing.
this is very exciting. This sort of is like Nat's game, where it's like, oh, Nat's like so far ahead. Like
Yeah,
it would
exactly.
take
It
such
turns
an
around.
unlikely
Here we go.
combination of cards for Nat to lose, and now suddenly Ben has drawn.
I will say though, is
no,
Fisher's not. He's not out of the game yet.
Fisher is still in it, but like
When he swings his Emrakul, like Ben still has to stack permanent.
he does.
You know.
He drew a lot of cards, so like if Ben somehow missed all of his permanents, he's in big trouble. But he still has a land drop, and he has like 18 cards in his hand. He's almost certainly going to play at least 1, 2, 3 more permanents here. So even with the Emrakul swing, he can chump with the Gristlebrand and untap with like Academy and 3 artifacts in play or something, and just still have a bonkers amount of mana and 7 cards in hand.
Right.
If he has it.
Like I do not want to
he
be
has
Fisher
the
right
price.
here. I do not want Brian Fisher's hand at this moment, because this is a bad spot.
Yeah, I mean, Grizzlebrand, I think, is the strategically better creature.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just unquestionable.
Like if you're Brian, you wanted Gristlebrand,
Yeah.
not Emrakul,
Yep,
because you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
just draw counter
Yeah.
spells. Blowing up all their stuff is good.
And
but,
instead,
like,
your combo opponent is just drawing co-op
your opponent
pieces.
is doing all the things you would like to do, but his deck is way better at it if he just gets a Gristlebrand somehow. Because like just every card in Ben's deck is a combo piece of some kind or a mana source. I think we're gonna get some action. Let's see it, Ben. Let's see some plays. We've got so many choices.
Ben, just punch your opponent in the face. Just,
You kick under the
if you
table.
reach your foot up under the bar of his chair and pull real hard, he'll flip over backwards.
I mean, that's sort of what that helmet.
I mean, that's
there
exactly
was.
what's happened here. We're just looking
Yeah.
for it manifested physically.
It's a pretty good finals game one. So there's a
So
workshop.
Mishra's Workshop. We're close to the. He can certainly put Grindstone into play.
I mean, maybe he could play like Grindstone Painter and
Right.
just untap with.
Well, he's already got the painter.
Grindstone.
Yeah, and
Just
he
as
does have.
permanents, right?
Yeah, so
There we
he
go.
does have Grindstone. He
Yeah.
needs 2 mana to activate. We'll
If he
see
has
if
like
we'll see if
Mana Crypt,
Fisher
for example.
right if Fisher counters it here.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's still got Ruby up too, so he can like play a Welder.
Right.
And
Oh,
untap
yeah.
into Welder, like Weld back the Grindstone, like untap into it in that way. Like there are many ways Ben can win on the spot,
Right.
and there are countless ways that he can untap into a win.
Right.
If he
And
can survive the
I mean, like
Emrakul.
Welder is sneaky good here. I don't think
Exactly.
it gets past Fisher, but I mean,
No, I think Fisher
it's,
only has.
it's really hard to deal with.
Fisher has 1 force and only 1 blue card in
Right.
this step, though. I don't think Fisher has a choice. He can only deal with
Well,
one spell.
he wheeled, right?
he has to meet.
No, he just drew 14 with Gristlebrand. That's it.
True with Grizzlebrand.
Fisher's hand is like 3 lands for. It's like 2 land,
Yeah.
Will, Force of Will, Mechanism. So if Fisher had Burning Wish for a blue card, that could actually be huge in this game because he might be able to counter Grindstone and Goblin Welder, for example, and buy himself enough time to go lethal with Emrakul. So that could end up being. That could have been the deciding move, was not Burning Wishing for just a card
A
to
blue
throw
card,
away.
any blue card.
Yeah. The thing is, though, if Fisher untaps with Yogwill, can he kill Ben with that?
Yes, he can.
He can play Black Lotus. What does he have from Black Lotus? Because remember, Ben will get to block with the Gristlebrand and gain 7 back.
Right.
So Fisher would really have to. He basically has to find Time Walk, right? There's a second Grindstone. That's not surprising when your opponent drew 14 extra cards.
Right.
Here we go, folks.
That's sort of a free roll since he played off the workshop. He doesn't have that many artifacts to play off workshop. Let's see if he just has. Oh, the Painter Servant.
Yep.
Brian Fisher is a master. Painter Servant makes all your cards blue, so he can pitch.
So he does have a blue card.
Tropical Island. That dude's real good at Magic. There's a
Brian
reason
Fisher,
he's in
yeah.
the finals, and I am not.
Yes.
Just because he is better at this than I am.
And
So
he is one sexy individual like human being. Just saying.
So that's a hell of a play there.
Come on, look at him.
See what Ben's got. Like so Ben
Alright.
Ben is maybe contemplating a Red Blast here.
Yeah, we don't know what's in his hand at all. So it's
He's thinking what's up, but
he might have it.
maybe he might be contemplating Red Blast with the idea that like I can win if I resolve it, because if he has a Red Blast, he can Red Blast the Yawgmoth's Will too.
Right.
Because of the
So,
Painter Servant.
Yeah, but
We
he's not going to be thinking about that. He's going to be thinking about protecting his own win here.
Yeah.
Like
Sure,
he's
yeah.
got for sure win on the board. His opponent might have something in his
Exactly.
2 cards now.
I think the math here is if I Red Blast this, like if I have, like let's say he has
Yeah.
Mana Vault, if I Red Blast, what happens? Like Fisher has 2 cards, one is Will, one could be Misstep.
Right.
So that makes Red Blast. If you Red Blast and he missteps you back and he untaps into Yawg Will, you might lose.
Right. Well, I mean the thing is, Fisher already played
There it is.
the misstep on
Yeah.
the grindstone.
The first and he
That
forced
is
the
all.
second
Like
one.
I think he
Oh,
would play it again.
wait, there's a red.
He is the
Yeah,
fact that
that's
he
a-
forced the second does show he
Woo!
He probably doesn't have that.
So there's the Red Blast to protect. It's got to be to protect his grindstone, right? Because
Yeah.
Will has protection
Oh,
from that.
right.
Fisher consults his hand, realizes that it is still in fact land in Yawgmoth's Will.
Alright, bucket. Whatever.
Well, he's
So he's got 1 workshop mana floating. That could be Mana Vault. If he's got Mana Vault, this is it. He just kills Fisher on the spot.
yeah. I mean he could.
Could be Sol Ring and a Mox.
He actually could have Black Lotus in hand still, right?
I think he may have played Lotus. Oh no, he didn't play
No,
Lotus
he
either.
didn't play
Fisher
Lotus
played
turn.
Lotus. So he could Lotus it, yeah.
Yep.
There's, I mean, Ben still has like 13 unknowns or something in his hand. And there's a lot of outs in his deck to just be lethal right now to activate Grindstone. He's going to slow roll us.
No, that's the power you get when you like battle with magic.
He's
at
just
the top
thinking,
there.
oh no,
Oh,
he's discarding.
Ancient Grudge.
He is passing the turn, so he's
Oh
setting
wait,
up the
so
next turn.
he passed the turn.
Well,
He's going to discard stuff.
the grindstone
Yeah.
was protected. He's
Yeah.
discarding. He's getting rid of some stuff.
Holy shit!
So he doesn't have like a
He's-
Mana Vault or anything.
Right. He's gonna have to. I mean, we're gonna have to find out if
Yeah.
he has a way to stop a Yawgmoth's Will. Lethal.
There's
Apparently,
already mana in
lethal
play.
Yawgmoth's Will. Right.
So
This-
the Will,
yeah, I don't
but
think he has it. I mean,
Yeah.
if Fisher doesn't have Time Walk, that Will's doesn't get there, right?
Right.
Because like he's not gonna be able to tendrils for enough life because he doesn't have, unless he hit a lot of artifacts on the Oath, which I didn't think happened.
Right.
He might just it's gonna be hard for him to get enough mana to really Burning Wish for tendrils because that's expensive.
Yeah.
This is what vintage
Yeah,
is all about.
You've said that like 4 times.
I mean this is just Ben.
I might
Perry-
say it like 5 times.
This is sort of just like Ben Perry
Yeah.
setting his cards on the table and saying like Fisher, can you
Yeah.
kill
Yeah.
me?
Kill me. Get me.
You know what I'm
Here
doing?
I am.
I'm blocking. I'm sacking my crap.
Right.
What do you got?
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's for me. That's the essence of vintage. Is like, I did my real powerful thing.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah. Well, he's got the. I mean, as far as sacrificing goes,
Here he
Fisher
goes.
has given him 2 spirit
All right.
tokens. to
Exactly.
sacrifice. Like there's mana on board. Like
And if Fisher Yacht
He has the will.
that's another spirit token.
right.
So Fisher's thinking, boy, I hope I draw Time Walk. Please let this be Time Walk. So Jace the Mind Sculptor, I'm pretty sure that's just a blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
He's gonna have to try and Yawgmoth's Will
No.
here and see what happens.
if
right?
he has a Mox in his graveyard, that's it. Because he can Yogg Will, load his
Oh.
Mox, Jace, bounce your
Bounce
Griselbrand,
Griselbrand.
no blockers.
Yeah.
Bzzzt, indeed. That could be actually, if there's any mana in his graveyard, there's got to be mana in his graveyard, right? He wouldn't have gotten Yogg Will if there's no mana in the graveyard, right? Maybe there's a Time Walk in the graveyard, but like I feel like he would just go for it.
What are the people in the chat saying?
Jacob is pointing out that he can't actually Oath here, or he couldn't have Oath here because
Exactly.
he would have run out of cards and
Yeah.
died to his own
And he-
doorstep. Right.
He almost certainly has no reshuffle effect.
Yeah, and he's not playing Memory's Journey.
No Guy's Blessing.
I don't remember seeing that.
I'm like it'd be with Yogg Will, you like never play his Guy Blessing with Yogg Will.
Right,
so
you might play
you
Memory's
never
Journey,
see
but it certainly wouldn't be
Yeah.
Guy's Blessing.
Yeah.
I think he's
So
going to
he's gonna
attack. He's got a.
attack. So that suggests that he
No,
probably
that's good.
doesn't have a mana source in the graveyard. Because otherwise he would have Yogg
Right.
Will into Jace. So his graveyard must be Black Lotus and no Moxes.
Right.
I'm
So Ben's going to sack some permanents here.
Hands on Ben here, man.
I mean,
Yeah, 4 artifacts, or sorry, land, 3 Moxes, 2 spirits, chump block with the Gristlebrand.
Right.
Not Gristlebrand's proudest moment, but I think
it's,
he's got.
it's
Academy
still a
League
good thing for
Oh, it's
Gristlebrand
not.
to do, right?
Gristlebrand is taking one
Here
for
we
the
go.
team. Maybe it's the
Yeah, so
wrong team.
we have to sort of realize. I mean, I guess we don't really know what's in his graveyard. We didn't watch all the cards go in,
In
so
Fishers, yeah, there's a lot of
Right.
unknowns in there.
so he's looking. Apparently, he's going to play Yawgmoth's Will here, otherwise lose. So
Yeah. I mean, he's on. I hope that there are no lands
No, he's
or artifacts
Right.
in your hand after
Right.
you discarded like
1, 2,
3
3.
lands.
so take another spirit.
Millennium.
Yeah.
Yawgmoth's Will.
The Yogg Will. I mean, that Lotus is coming out, but
Yeah. So
Can't be-
if he has Time Walk here or
there's no
Well,
other
he's got
artifacts. There's no other mana. This is all the mana in the graveyard. So I guess we're just on Ancestral, right? And he's sort of digging for the Time Walk. I feel like he should have done this pre-combat. Because maybe he draws 2 Moxes and casts Chase. and the
I
Mind
think
Sculptor,
he's
right?
actually dying up a little flip because it's
There's a Mox.
game over.
oh,
Oh,
there's-
maybe it's not.
I think he got an oath and a land. Mox oath land.
Oh.
Is that what that was?
If there's 4 things I love in life,
Bunkers.
I love ripping Mox.
Was that a Mox Peel? I believe it was a Mox Peel.
If he had drawn 2 Moxes there, he would have just thrown
Yeah.
the game away by not Yogg Willing first. So Yogg Willing first gives Ben the extra token to
That's
nice.
sacrifice, but like you're not winning if you don't win this
Oh,
turn.
right.
You're never untapping again.
No, he's alright. He's alright. He knows where he's going.
Yeah, he's got to bin him. He's got to get Time Walk here.
Just standing up for
It's got to be the Time Walk with that pearl.
GWS teammate 12.
Yeah,
I don't know if
dude.
he's gonna make it.
He's gonna take another look.
He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it.
He's gonna make it.
He
He's
might
just
Brain-
gonna.
Yes, he
Brainstorm
did it.
Thing. He's still got outs
Yeah,
then.
Brainstorm is a good
So
card.
that's Sapphire Time Walk basically.
It may be a 4 of in
Omniscience?
Legacy, but it's
Omniscience.
restricted here because
Oh.
it's so good.
I was really hoping for the triple
Less
Omniscience there
Of the
for just
WSers, my friend.
the
There
ultimate
were like 3 of
rubbings.
you here.
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
The 3 WSers is like
The
the most
Sally.
in like 9 years.
He's
Solly's
out for
been on
one.
like 5 teams.
Yeah, dude, he's on mean deck.
He's not on mean deck.
Yes, he is.
He
You're on
does
mean deck too.
on mean deck. I am
Well,
on mean deck.
wait. We have audible confirmation. Mike the Salad Salamasi is on mean deck.
Was.
Is
Could be.
might be.
I mean, what are vintage teams nowadays anyway?
They're just awesome, man.
Pass says
I-
Fisher.
I mean, so Team Serious
Got
is
nothing?
basically a dinner group that plays Magic periodically, right?
Don't
It's
you
like we hang
dare!
out and
Don't
Which
you
is
dare
it.
disrespect Team
Team
Serious.
Serious is-
no, I didn't.
The most
I know.
effective and wonderful team ever created.
Exactly.
Because, like,
Exactly.
who has done better things than go to dinner?
No,
No team I can
nobody.
think of.
We are actually really awesome.
Mr. Ben Perry going to move his land to the side, just so Fisher knows that, in fact, he has a land drop coming. Getcha. Here's the grindstone. Brian Fisher,
Did-
stall for time.
Did Ben Perry even draw this card for a turn, or did he just play that out?
There must be some banter going on, 'cause
And gotcha.
this is getting rolled pretty slow right now. There's got to be some chatting happening. I'd like to hear what Fisher's saying right now.
I hope is he gonna go to his turn and cast Ancestral on himself? Because that's what I did.
That was classy. You don't let Ben have the satisfaction.
Well, he pretty much did though.
Yeah. And that Gristlebrand off the Helm of Obedience.
Wait, what?
Did he give him the Gristlebrand back?
I don't know. I think it may have gone in the graveyard when it blocked.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But that was, I mean, what a way to lose a game of Vintage, right? To get your Gristlebrand Helm of Obedience,
Yeah.
and then your opponent draws 14 cards off.
How
of it.
fun is that?
That does not happen in
Yeah,
any format
this
of
doesn't
this
happen
set.
in other formats. I mean, I guess it could potentially happen in Legacy, but
Yeah. But your opponent's not going to.
but if it was Legacy, Ben would be playing Belcher, and you wouldn't
Exactly.
see this happen.
And like when your opponent draws 14 Gristlebrand, they're unlikely to then play like 7 more mana
Right.
after that. So we got some stuff going on. Got some sideboarding choices. Fisher's got looks like about 5 or 6 cards. Looks like some metal missteps going out. Ben's got a surprisingly large number of
a lot of
one
one drops,
I think missteps
and a lot of them are
pretty good.
important. I mean, he's got
Yes.
the grindstones. He's
Yeah.
got the welders. He's got red
He's
blast.
got Consult, he's
Right.
got Ancestral, he's got Vampire Tutor.
Vampire tutor.
I
Right.
think misstep is actually like, if like you
Yeah.
can't treat this like a workshop matchup, right? You can't treat Ben like a shop deck where
Yeah, he's playing combo.
yeah, exactly.
And you have to play it like a combo matchup where you need free counters.
I think it's combo. Yeah, misstep is wonderful because combo decks want to play all their spells very quickly, which
Right.
means they play a lot of one drops.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure how this is going to work out for Brian Fisher here. I think that I would like to see the misstep still in,
Right. I mean,
but I don't know what else he's bringing out.
it remains to be seen. Personally, I would love to see Ben win.
I mean,
I don't even care about your friendship with Brian Fisher.
I think either of these guys would be a great thing, and I'm definitely not friends with Brian Fisher. I wouldn't
Dude,
use
that's
that
so
word.
cool, man.
Brian Fisher is a pretty
so-
sketchy individual. I didn't even know
Ben
what
Perry,
Malone was.
Ben Perry has a cool mustache.
Yeah, Ben Perry is a very upstanding member of the community.
Right.
Nothing sketchy about him at all.
None. Nothing.
Not at all.
Because
Let him babysit my kids, which I definitely don't have. And that's maybe why I don't have them, is because I let people like Ben Perry near them. No, Ben is a great dude. Ben is one of the nicest guys I've met playing Vintage. He a wonderful Team Serious member.
Right.
Like nobody embodies the spirit of Team Serious like Ben Perry.
Yeah, well, he's got the MTG Underground spirit. If you want to follow that hashtag, that's a good one. But that's all about playing Magic for Magic's sake. You don't need to play under tournament rules or anything like that. Feel free to play proxies. Everybody, put your hands up.
I'm so sorry about that.
He's not sorry.
I don't know whose phone that
Yeah.
was. I'm assuming it was Solly who's
Alright.
given the music.
Alright, folks.
Was
Jim
it-
McCarthy is not
What?
sorry about that one.
Does Solly hang out
Yeah.
in the club?
He does.
So what?
The club?
Alright, so alright.
It is Dropkick Murphy's playing. Whose phone is this?
It's yours, isn't it?
Why does it have no? My phone's in my pocket.
Oh shit.
Why do my
Alright,
phone
let's
have-
get serious.
Why don't my phone have like?
Alright, so we're sitting here with Brian Fisher, fish sticks of legendary GWS status. And then
can
we
we-
got B. Ben Perry, aka Dr. Perry, only guy like you've ever seen in a Magic tournament with a what?
Top hat?
Top hat? For real? Top
Mustache?
hat?
Mustache.
Mustache?
He's
But
got-
he
he's got the,
does rock the top hat.
The
Guy's
curly
good.
mustache.
Alright, so we're looking at like two
Little
Two
snidely whiplash individual.
yeah. Alright. So that's cool.
So do we know what GWS stands for? All right.
I am not allowed to say, but I know what it stands for.
I don't know that you know.
You don't know that I know?
Yeah.
I know that I know.
I don't believe you.
Ah, I did. Once.
So
Once
there used to be teams in Vintage. Like Team Serious is a play on this, but there
Mhm.
used to be actual teams, and there used to be actual Serious, where they used to, create decks with each other and keep tech secret, and they would go take their new brilliant decks to Star City Power and Ions, which were the premier events in the format, and the premier events in any format that wasn't sponsored by Vintage, or
But, like,
sponsored
it
by
was-
Wizards, basically.
If you really look at it, like it was kind of neat though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Well, and
like-
it fostered competition, and
Yeah.
people made names for themselves, and you had sort of a back and forth. I don't know what you call it, competitiveness
Yeah,
that drove innovation and
Yeah.
things like that. Like,
And like you had a rivalry. You
Right.
really did. Like you had like teams competing against like ICBM, Mean Deck,
Right.
Team Serious. Well, actually, Team
we didn't
Serious-
exist yet.
We weren't there, but like you had GWS, ICBM, all those guys.
You'd see an entire team bring a deck out to a tournament. So I mean, you look at something like Me Deck Oath or what was it, the SX Storm 10 combo, things like that. Oh, Manaless Dredge was a team deck when that first came out.
It's actually kind of weird because like that time period in Magic is, I think it's gone.
Yeah, well, it's just.
I don't think it exists anymore.
It
that's
used to be
just-
based around the having the message board of the Mana Drain, and you had a few writers who would sort of promote themselves. You'd have Menendian writing about Team Serious. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't think of
Well,
the other writers. Maybe
Well, no, like,
maybe there weren't others necessarily, but
no, you had teams that
Right.
thought about all right, we got this certain
Brassman
strategy.
was
Like,
writing
all
about
right,
stuff.
we're gonna
Yeah.
we'll go to this tournament and debut our strategy.
Right.
You know.
And you like I said, keep your tech secret so that
No.
opponents wouldn't know. Oh, hey, we're going to be dealing with this deck that puts 6/6 flyers with haste into play.
Yeah.
That being the first Oath deck.
Yeah. But the team secrecy and all that stuff, that's bygone era.
Right. So do we know what GWS stands for?
I do. Sally might. Fisher might. See
Yeah, actually, Brian DeMars did write about was team member, Mean Deck team member, wrote for a long time, still is. He definitely kept up
Brian DeMars.
the Mean Deck diatribes as far as writing went.
Brian DeMars, you pompous asshole.
Oh my.
No, he is. He's good. He's good. I love him. I love Brian DeMars.
He's very good.
Because every time I would go to Michigan and play, he would show me something.
You'd lose to Brian DeMars?
Yeah, and he'd be like, you fucking asshole.
Me too.
And I learned a lot from that guy. Anyways.
Language.
Yeah, sorry. All right, let's go. Let's do our commentating. So we got Brian Fisher, right?
Yeah. No, Brian Fisher left. Ben Perry right. I don't.
All right. So
are you looking at the same screen? It's Brian Fisher left. Ben Perry right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Brian Fisher, GWS extraordinaire.
The last of the GWSers.
We are.
Ben Perry, the first of the MTG Underground.
Actually, dude, that sounds really awesome. MTG Underground.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, yeah, go read his blog if you haven't. MTG Underground. You can search for it. It's pretty much the best.
Yeah. I will back that up too. It's awesome. It really is.
Hmm. So, still shuffling. We're going to mulligan mode here. Brian Fisher on Oath. Didn't like his opening hand. He's going to try and find a new one with 6 cards. Ben Perry, I think he kept his 7. Oh no, he might be mulliganing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Neither player with Serum Powder. I think both of them recognize if you draw that card, pretty much drawing a Pokemon card. Does nothing.
I'm biting my lip on that one.
Is it because you love Pokemon Go? Are you playing Pokemon Go as well?
No, I don't know. It's it took me a long time to figure out how awesome Serum Powder was.
Yeah, I know.
And even when you were I'll play Serum Powder, that's garbage. I'd be
no.
Well, anyways,
and we had that one competition for the belt, right?
Yeah.
And you beat me.
Yeah. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because we're doing commentating.
So Brian
right
Fisher
here.
looking at an opening hand of 6 right now
Mhm.
with Emrakul in hand. I'm kind of thinking he's going to throw that back. He has a Force with no blue card. He has an Emrakul in hand, already a 5-card hand. He's got a Vampiric Tutor.
Does he have a Brainstorm? That's the key.
He
Or
does.
a Ponder?
Yeah, it doesn't look like he does. If he's going to...
He keeps?
He's
He
keeping.
keeps.
He's keeping and scrying. Ben Perry kept
good
6
grief.
as well. Brian Fisher liked his top deck, and he's going to keep that there.
The guy's good. The guy is good. A.K.A. Fish Decks. But also he's battling against Legendary. Dr. Superstition.
So, Island, Mox,
Yep.
Oath.
Oh my
What's
gosh.
up now?
I did not see that coming.
Ben Perry,
Whew.
he can certainly win the game without playing creatures.
Yes, he can.
But he can't win with Painter Grindstone without playing creatures unless he activates the same turn. So Ben Perry is playing 2-card Monty. If you don't know, the name of the deck comes from having two 2-card combos in it. So he's got Painter, Servant, and Grindstone, and he's got Leyline of the Void and Helm of Obedience. apparently he doesn't have Leyline in play, or he didn't have it in opening hand. He doesn't have it in play.
He must. I mean, he must have had a strong hand.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I think he's sort of banking on that Ancestral he just played. He's probably looking to play Painter Grindstone here. It is sort of going to, like I said, limit him because winning with creatures through Oath can be difficult. It's just a little bit different. You don't want to trigger your opponent's Oath, and we know that Brian Fisher is playing both Grizzlebrand and Emrakul in his deck. Wow. That's old Emrakul, the big one, not the new one.
Yep. All right, so
Fisher is going to Impulse here. He hasn't played his land yet. He might be looking for a Forbidden Orchard here. Didn't find it, looks like. Looks like he has a Mox there, maybe another land, and a couple other cards that I couldn't identify.
Yeah, I couldn't see him.
It's a Mox Jet. Still not recognize it. It looks like it might be another Impulse, maybe.
Yeah. He's sitting there. Let me,
So I was talking to Brian.
That's the Force.
Okay.
Is that what I see?
That's his hand. So in his left hand there is the Impulse.
I see it. Does that look like a swamp?
I can't imagine he's playing a main deck swamp.
Yeah. No, I mean, sure he's not, but like, there's something in there that's dark.
Jaco is saying it's Jet, Oath, Show and Tell, and Jace. I think out of those, you'd want to keep what? Show and Tell? He's got the Grizzlebrand in hand, right?
I was saying, was that the proxy that I saw? Like, proxy Jet? Maybe?
Yeah, he definitely had the proxy Jet. I was talking to Brian earlier today, and he said he's been playing the Impulse because it can't be misstepped, and because it gets cards out of the way. Like, a lot of times you just want to dig for a specific card. Impulse looks at 4 of them, puts the 3 worst ones on the bottom. You don't draw them. There's not a chance that you're going to shuffle them in and look at them again. There's not a chance that you put them back on top. It's similar to Preordain, but just a bigger effect.
Well, that's the nature of Vintage.
Right.
The only goal of Vintage is to find the most broken cards.
Yeah, he does have Emrakul in hand. Ben has played Trinisphere, which is going to shut off, potentially for his opponent, it's going to shut off any Force of Wills. He's trying to set up an undisrupted combo here. Fisher has no lands, so he's passing back. Here we go. Ben has mana. He's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana in play.
Shop.
So he's
Ancient Tomb. What's underneath the Ancient Tomb?
That's a mana confluence.
Okay, so there's 3.
The old new city brass, if you will.
And a Helm.
So he's got Helm. That combos with Leyline of the Void, which he doesn't have in play and can't currently play right now, but he's going to be looking to try and get that in play.
But he can, like, pay mana to get a creature.
Right. He
from
can
Fisher's deck.
He can try and Helm of Obedience creatures off the top of Fisher's library.
3-ball? God, you're restricted.
Yeah.
Who let him play that?
Jimmy McCarthy just walked back in here like a fireball.
Whoa. That's my Quan impression there.
It's actually really intense.
Serious faces. It's intense. Like, Brian can't do anything, so can't Ben just do whatever the hell he wants?
No.
Kind of.
I mean,
But Brian only has
I
2
mean,
mana.
Ben might also not be able to do anything.
True. It's 3 mana, though.
Yeah, the best that he's doing is helming creatures off the top
alright,
of
so he Helms for...
Brian's library, which is a play.
Whoa, what did he force? Or
Nothing.
He didn't force
Helm of
anything.
Obedience.
No, he's using Helm of
He
Obedience.
just,
Helm-
he just
okay.
milled 3, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, he milled 3.
Ooh, 3rd chair. That's right.
Alright. No. Get up here.
You want to sit here, Jamie? I can stay.
No, that's alright. I'll take a chair.
Okay.
Look, this game looks like that's in the land.
Well,
No, dude, I beg to differ, man.
yeah, you and your GWS buddy.
No, I'm just saying, like, coin flip, like, dude, anything can happen right now. I'm not calling sides.
I don't know about anything can happen. Someone is clearly in the lead in this game.
Yeah.
And it's Ben Perry.
Did Brian Fisher miss another land drop?
So Ben is throwing out more mana,
All right, there
and
he
he hard cast
Oh,
Leyline.
that's it.
All right, there he
And
goes.
ends the
He was
game with
alright.
Leyline in play. His opponent only had 2 mana, couldn't play a force there,
Yeah.
couldn't counter. Ben set up the combo. If you don't know, Helm of Obedience will mill cards into the graveyard
Until a creature is explicitly put into the
until
graveyard.
a creature is put into the graveyard, which it can't because there's no graveyard because of Leyline of the Wind.
Yeah.
So,
So due to a very weird quirk of like
right.
super old formatting, Helmet
No, that's
Leyline
good.
or Helmet Rest in
So
Peace
that's-
just mills your opponent's entire deck.
Right, that's sort of how Vintage works in a few cases. That there's just a few cards that
For example, Wargolder Dragon.
combine for no good reason, and
Yeah.
here we go.
Cards that were
You
printed
lose the game.
a decade apart are like, wait, but this weird card that's unplayable and this other weird card that also doesn't do anything together, they kill everyone. That's pretty cool. Painter Grindstone, another great example of 2 cards printed a decade apart
Right.
that just so happen to combo to exile your opponent's entire deck.
Right, and that's exactly how 2-card Monty works.
Yeah.
Because you have 4 cards printed 2 decades apart each that combo with each other or in various pairs to win the game.
And then just Goblin Welders, played a lot of artifacts. It used